we start from the point that that a society without reform is a static society. Now, why do we need to reform? Basically, a reform of anything is something which has to come naturally. It has to come because of the changes in circumstances, the changes in factors governing your life, be it personal life, be it economic life, be it social life. Having said that, I think that the message that I want to convey is that don't be afraid of reform. It is part of your life. It is part of your society. A society which does not reform voluntarily stand the risk of having reform imposed on you later. Oh, if you don't reform, well, as I said before, I think that there are times when there needs to be a change, not for the sake of change, but for the necessity and desirability. Now, if there is no reform now, what's going to happen in the future? I did say that, well, we can run the risk of having some turbulence, because in the history of every nation, if the change is not managed in a peaceful manner, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the likelihood of its happening with violence, the likelihood is greater. Superficially, you can say that, well, it's an issue between the rich and the poor. Now, I'm not saying that these are not the issues, but the question we ask ourselves is it the issue of poverty? Is it the issue of cities and towns against the rural areas? Yes, partially, but are they the root causes? And the conclusion we arrive at is no, it's not. They are not the root causes. They're merely consequences of the root cause. And we found that the root cause is injustice. Another basic issue arising from injustice: concentration of power, concentration of wealth, concentration of service, good services, be it school service or be it medical services, concentration of quality education, etc., etc. They're all concentrated in the capital and big towns. Remember that the statement made by King Patipat when he abdicated. He said that, well, all this change from absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy had the objective of transferring the power to the people. But in fact, at that time, even right now, the power was only transferred to a few hundred people. Now it may be 2,000 or 20,000 people. But it never went down to the people at the grassroots level. I think we are helping the national government in diluting their power, or in dispersing their power to the people, because otherwise, every time there is trouble, they would walk up to the government house or to the police department or to this or that. Why don't we let the local authorities, you know, in respective areas handle all these issues? Because it's proved conclusively that the national government cannot function and cannot deal with all the problems effectively. There are so many problems which need not come to Bangkok. Our politicians, you know, whatever you may think of them, they're professional electioneers. So they know that to get elected, they need to respond to the wishes of the public. Whether they believe in it or not, that's a different thing, you know. But the political parties have to make a pledge to the public if the public is interested. But if you have a public which is indifferent or which is not interested, then that's too bad.